Deep in the world's oceans lie living fortresses ruled by ancient and spiny masters. They're sort of the armored knights of the seafloor, tireless engineers that sculpt entire ecosystems. But they are also voracious grazers, and their kingdoms can either sustain or devastate the delicate balance of marine life. Echinoidea sea urchins. Urchins have been around for over 450 million years, surviving multiple mass extinctions that wiped out countless other species. Their fundamental body plan has remained remarkably consistent throughout this immense evolutionary history, a testament to its efficiency. This incredible stability suggests they possess one of the ocean's most successful and well-adapted designs, perfectly tuned for surviving the relentless pressures of shifting marine environments. What truly sets them apart is their five-fold symmetry, a design principle that defines their very existence. Unlike most animals, which exhibit bilateral symmetry, sea urchins follow a five-part radial pattern known as pentamerism. Their internal organs, nervous system, and unique water vascular system for movement are all arranged around this five-point structure. This unusual body plan gives them 360-degree awareness, enhancing their mobility, protection, and sensory coordination in all directions. It makes them incredibly difficult targets for predators, as there is no vulnerable back to attack. This radial body is protected by a formidable defense system. A sea urchin's most obvious feature is its array of sharp, hollow spines, which function as both armor and weaponry. These spines can be moved and angled toward threats, and if broken, they quickly regenerate. But their defenses are even more sophisticated. Nestled among the spines are tiny claw-like structures called pedicellaria. These microscopic pincers are constantly at work, cleaning the urchin's body, capturing bits of food, and clamping onto any would-be attacker that gets too close. In some venomous species, these pedicellaria can inject potent toxins, creating an advanced, multi-layered defense network that deters even the most persistent predators. Beyond just their spines, sea urchins possess extraordinary regeneration capabilities that border on biological magic. They can regrow not just lost spines and tube feet, but also significant portions of their internal organs and even parts of their shell or test. Scientists are deeply fascinated by urchin regeneration, studying it for clues to unlock the secrets of cellular repair and even anti-aging. Some long-lived urchin species exhibit what is known as negligible senescence, living for over a century with no measurable decline in their biological function, continuing to grow and reproduce as if they were still young. To fuel this incredible biology, urchins rely on a unique and powerful jaw system known as Aristotle's lantern. This intricate apparatus consists of 5 sharp, self-sharpening teeth arranged in a circle, controlled by a complex web of muscles. It is powerful enough to scrape tough algae from rock, carve hiding spots into solid coral, and shred through dense kelp holdfasts. By feeding in this relentless manner, urchins actively reshape their physical environment. Their constant grazing influences reef structure, creates new microhabitats for smaller organisms, and dictates which species can thrive in their territory. Perhaps most astonishingly, sea urchins manage all of this without any eyes. Instead, they rely on hundreds of light-sensitive cells distributed across their entire body, particularly on their tube feet and spines. Their whole form effectively functions as a giant, low-resolution compound eye, allowing them to detect shadows, identify the movement of predators, and navigate around complex reef structures with surprising accuracy. This decentralized vision system provides them with constant 360-degree awareness, a critical advantage in the bustling, dangerous world of the reef. Their strategy for continuing their lineage is one of sheer numbers and incredible transformation. Urchins are broadcast spawners, releasing millions of eggs and sperm directly into the water column. Fertilized eggs develop into tiny, free-floating larvae called pluteae. These ghostly larvae drift with ocean currents as plankton for weeks or even months, feeding and growing. Eventually, they undergo a radical metamorphosis, transforming from a bilateral, soft-bodied drifter into a five-sided, armored, juvenile urchin that settles on the seafloor. This life cycle enables them to disperse across vast ocean distances and colonize entirely new habitats. This ability to colonize and multiply makes them both builders and destroyers of ecosystems. In balanced marine environments, their grazing is essential. They control algae levels, preventing it from smothering corals and creating space for new coral larvae to settle. In this role, they are guardians of reef health. However, if their predators disappear and their populations explode, they can become a devastating force. Swarms of urchins can scrape a vibrant kelp forest or a thriving reef down to bare rock, creating vast urchin barrens where little else can survive. Entire marine habitats have been saved or destroyed based on the delicate balance of sea urchin populations. Through this constant activity, sea urchins act as powerful ecosystem engineers. By carving into rock, clearing patches of algae, and reshaping the very surface of the seafloor, their feeding behavior has cascading effects. They change local water flow, alter light exposure for photosynthetic organisms, and create or eliminate available living space for countless other species that depend on the reef's complex architecture. They are the unseen sculptors of the underwater world, whose small actions have enormous consequences. This coordinated, environment-altering behavior is achieved without a brain. Instead, sea urchins possess a distributed nervous system, a nerve net that runs throughout their body. This decentralized system is capable of incredibly complex coordinated actions. An urchin can sense a threat from one direction and collectively point its spines toward it, adjust its posture to brace against a current, and make directional decisions based on integrated sensory input from all over its body. This demonstrates an unexpected level of sophistication for an animal lacking any centralized neural control, challenging our very definition of intelligence. For all these reasons, scientists continue to study sea urchins today. They are a keystone model organism in research on aging, regeneration, developmental biology, and the impacts of environmental stress like ocean acidification. Their simple yet profoundly effective biological systems make them ideal for understanding how life evolves, adapts, and survives under extreme and changing conditions. The study of their fertilization was foundational to modern embryology, and their unique biology continues to reveal new insights into both marine ecology and human medicine. Ultimately, sea urchins are ancient survivors, living blueprints of an evolutionary design that has proven effective for nearly 500 million years. Their perfect symmetry, their regenerative powers, their formidable armor, their world-shaping tools, and their unique sensory abilities reveal an organism forged and perfected by relentless evolutionary pressure. Understanding their critical role in ocean ecosystems shows us how even seemingly simple creatures can wield immense influence over entire habitats. As our oceans continue to change, the sea urchin will continue to adapt, just as it always has, quietly and persistently shaping the underwater world in ways most of us will never even notice. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please support us by leaving a like, write a comment with your thoughts on sea urchins, and most importantly, press the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.